Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Happy Scooby Doo Readathon. I'm so glad to be here tonight. How are you guys doing? What are you planning on reading or working on tonight? I would love to know. I have 3 different books I'm trying to work through. I am listening to Killer Green Tomatoes by Lynn Cahoon, which is the second in the Farm to Fork mystery series. I really want to finish this one because books 3 and then into 4 are like a fall and then winter one. So I really want to read the fall one soon. So I'm trying to finish this one now. Then I want to start The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. And I'm working on Murder on Devil's Pond by Isla Rose, which is the first and only one so far in the Hummingbird Hollow B&B mystery, which has the nicest cover. I think it's so beautiful. I love it. So I'm very excited for this, but let me know what you're going to be working on or reading. I'm very, very excited for this. I'm going to check to make sure everything came up okay on this. I hope everyone is having a good Monday. I cannot believe it's Monday. I feel like that weekend flew by so quickly, but it's been a very interesting past few days for us. I just wanted to mention, in case any of you see this in the background, but Boaz got neutered. So he is currently in a cone. Just so you know, it's nothing, nothing bad, no emergencies or anything like that. But he got fixed on Thursday, so he is still in his cone recovering. So if you see a blue cone bobbing about, that is Mr. Boaz. So just so you know, he's pretty sedate right now because he's still on some like pain relief and sedatives and stuff for the recovery. But just so you know, he is in a cone for that reason. So nothing out of the ordinary or anything like that. Just getting him situated. So yeah, let me know how you guys are doing today and what you are going to be reading. I am so excited to just kick it off, and I don't know, for some reason I'm having a really hard time seeing the comments. So I'm actually going to the page that I'm on to look at the comments because I'm not sure why they are not showing up, which is very odd. But they're showing up on, if I go to the actual page on YouTube. So I'm going to read them from there. So don't mind me. This random creation says, hi everyone, I got 2 prompts down and 1 monster penalty done. Working on the mystery machine prompt tonight by reading Bug Boys. Amazing. That sounds awesome. I think I picked this for the mystery machine prompt. I thought the main character moved during this book. I don't know if they actually did. So I might have messed that up. I think this one was for the Fred prompt for me because it's got the white going on. Violet says, hello, everybody. Yeah, it's so weird. It is not showing up on the actual streaming software, so I can't click on the comments, which is weird. I do not know what to do to refresh that. All right, well, I'm going to see. I'm just going to keep reading from the actual stream and try that. Hi, Emily. You say, hi, everyone. I'm reading All the Sinners Bleed for the Fred prompt. So good and so dark. Amazing. I'm so glad you're enjoying that. All the Sinners Bleed. I don't know if I'm familiar. By S.A. Crosby, I'm thinking. A thriller novel. Ooh, that sounds really interesting. I hope you have a good time with that, Emily. Hi, Elena. I'm so glad you're here. Shannon says, good evening, Amy and everyone. Good evening, Shannon. So glad you're here as well. Elena, I'm so glad you're good. What are you going to be working on or reading today? Let's see. Kimberly says, 2 prompts down. Reading Formula Fling, Formula One Racing Romance for Mystery Machine prompt. Well, that is perfect. I love that. That seems like a perfect fit for that. Let's see. Zoe says, hi, I'm reading The Grim Steeper. Ooh, I hope you enjoy that. I have that on hold at my library. I need to pick it up. Shannon is reading and listening to Where the Crawdads Sing. Wonderful. I hope you're having a great time with that read. It's so weird. It is still not showing the comments where I can click them on my end. I don't know why. I will look into that during the sprint and see if I can figure that out. Miss Random Creation says, "Oh, but it's a cute cone." It is. It's a nice blue cloth one, which is nice because it's a little more comfortable for him to sleep on. And he also loves putting his cheek up against mine, so it's nice to not be whacked in the face with plastic. So that's really nice. Emily says, "Ria, I plan on reading The Grim Steeper next. I might even start sooner." Same. I'm gonna have it on my list. I'm really excited to. And then I really want to get to, I think it's Earl Grave Tea. It's the fourth one with the very fall cover. I'm very excited for that. Anne says, "I'm reading Laying Down the Latte by Ellie Alexander and An Escapegoat by Jana Rollins." Ooh, both good picks, good authors. I hope you enjoy those. Elena is reading Inevitable Fate by Lindsay K. Bandy. Wonderful. That is awesome. I hope you have a great time with that. Shannon is, I will also finish reading Medusa tonight. Wonderful. Fig is going to start The Ghost Rider. I really liked that. I hope you enjoy it. Jennifer says, "Hi, happy Monday. I'm listening to Bury the Hatchet by Peg Cochran and reading You Can't Handle the Truth by Sarah E. Burr." Ooh, or You Can't Handle the Truth. Ooh, is that a new series? You Can't Handle the Truth. Sarah E. The Glenmere Whim Mysteries. Candlemaker. I didn't know she had a Candlemaker series. Oh, goodness. I'm going to get into so much trouble. That looks so fun. I've read some of her other series, but I need to get to that. That looks really good. Plus a candle making series that is so cozy for fall. And it's described as Stars Hollow meets Bewitched. I love it. So, so fun. Hope you enjoy both of those, Jennifer. Hi, Sarah. You say, "Finally getting to Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. It started off slow, but getting interesting now." I hope you enjoy that. I had a good time with that one. Hi, Anne. You say, "Looking forward to hanging out with you all." I'm looking forward to hanging out with you too. I hope you have a good evening and get some reading or whatever it is you're working on done. Violet says, "2 prompts down, currently reading Death by Pantyhose by Laura Levine. I believe it is book 6 in the Jane Austen series." I love that series so much. I've put off reading some more of it this year because I'm running out of books to read in it, and it's completed, and it makes me sad. But you still have a lot in the series, so that's good. Lucky for you. I hope you enjoy your read. Brittany says, "Hi, I'll be reading Death in the Stacks by Jen McKinley." I love that series. I hope you enjoy it, Brittany. Miss Random Creation said, "My dog had to have a small surgery recently. Instead of a cone, they put him in a cloth bodysuit that was a black turtleneck, and he hated it. But he looked like a little Steve Jobs. It was so cute." Oh my goodness. I love that. I saw on the discharge paperwork for the neuter that they said he either had to wear a cone constantly or he needed to wear a dog onesie. So I've heard some people do they have the kind of little bodysuit onesie instead. But I feel like he is so prone to scratching. I feel like he'd still kind of scratch through it. So I was like, let's just do the cone. So he's been pretty good about it considering. So that has been good. I've been happy with that. He said, "Hello again from Indonesia. It's 6:30 a.m. here. Glad I can join again." I'm so glad you're here. It's quite early where you're at, but I'm glad you're here and hopefully get some reading and your morning kicked off. Shannon said, "I finished the Shaggy prompt and I'm now reading books for the Velma prompt." That's awesome. I love it. The only one I haven't rolled so far is Shaggy. I've rolled everything else. A lot of Mystery Machines and Freds. And I've gotten 1 monster penalty, which you guys will see in my upcoming vlog, which I'm very excited for. But yeah, I cannot seem to roll a Shaggy. I don't know what it is. So, and I want to roll a Shaggy because I feel like green covers. Oh, good. The covers are. They're popping up. The comments are back on here. I don't know what happened, but for some reason it finally came back over here. Yay. But I don't know what it is. I cannot get a Shaggy roll for the life of me. And I feel like Shaggy would be a really good one to roll because I feel like green covers aren't too hard because a lot of times, if you have anything with nature, a lot of times there's green. And then the food part for Shaggy is great. So I just was like, why can't I roll a Shaggy? That's awesome that you're reading books for the Velma prompt, though. I love Velma. I love her. I would love to know if you've watched any Scooby Doo recently. What has been your favorite episode or movie that you've watched? It's so hard because there's so many good ones, but I've been liking I think it's the Demon Shark in the Foggy Dark, which is part of the new Scooby Doo show, which is like, it's the same format as the Scooby Doo Where Are You series. It's like kind of like the continuation of that series that was released in the 70s. So I've been loving that. And then I've been watching the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo series with Vincent Price, and he's hysterical. I love that series. I feel like that one's not talked about as much, but I think it's so fun. There's an actual supernatural, there's actually ghosts in it. It's the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. So just kind of fun, and it has Shaggy, Scooby, Daphne, and Scrappy, and then Flim Flam. And Vincent Price is his own character. He's Vincent Van Ghoul, a warlock, which is really fun. So I have a good time with that one. I watched Scooby Doo and the Boo Brothers, which is just one of my nostalgic favorites. I love that one so much. So let me know if you've been watching any. So I would love to know. Chrissy says, hi, Amy. Hi, Chrissy. Feels like the comments are a little slow on my end for the stream thing, so I'm going to read some more from over here. Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany says, from the Beach Bum Bookworm, says, hello, friend. On Sprints wanted to say hello. Amazing. Hello. I'm so glad you popped in. I hope your sprints are going well. And Miss Random Creation said, I watched the live action, the Globetrotters episode, and the Johnny Bravo episode so far. I haven't seen that Johnny Bravo episode in such a long time. I need to watch that. But I do love the Globetrotters episodes. They have such fun ones, and I love the theme music for those. And Tiffany says, reading A Zappy Little Christmas Arc by Paula Charles, third book in the Hometown Hardware Cozy Mystery Series. Oh, I love that. I need to read that one too. I loved Ask Me No Questions, which was book 2 in that series. So I'm sure it's just as good. I hope you're really, really enjoying it. Yeah, I don't know. The comments are like stuck again on the streaming thing. Don't know what's happening. Emily says, I think the only one I've seen is the one with Kiss. If you enjoyed it, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. Anne says, I have completed Scooby Doo. The current books I'm reading will cover Velma and Daphne. Amazing. That is awesome. Getting all the gals out of the way. Fig's Library says, I will never forget the zombie episode. My brother got nightmares from it, and my mom got mad at my uncle for letting us watch it. Is that the Zombie Island movie? Because that one is intense. I agree. I don't think I watched it till I was a little bit older, fortunately. But that one was definitely intense. I loved The Reluctant Werewolf, the Boo Brothers, the Ghoul School. A lot of the ones with just Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy, I guess. I think those movies were just on TV more when I was younger, so I'd watch them. I don't know. But I really liked those. So I've watched those. I'm sorry your brother got nightmares, though. I got nightmares from the Ghost Clown episode from the Scooby Doo series, the original. I think it's called Bedlam in the Big Top? What's that called? Yeah, Bedlam in the Big Top. It's the 10th episode of the Scooby Doo Where Are You series. And I don't know why in particular, because I don't have a fear of clowns necessarily, but it's because the clown could hypnotize people. And I think hypnosis is terrifying. So the idea that he could hypnotize people, I think, is what terrified me as a kid. Let's see. Judy says, they are all my favorite. I really enjoy the original shows with the whole gang. I want to start watching the ones with Scrappy Doo in them. Same. I would really like to as well. I think there's some amazing Scrappy ones, I think, that are a little bit underrated. I think the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo is really fun. If you're looking for an episode, I think it's 12 episodes. Anne says, hey, Tiffany, I just read the Hometown Hardware book and really loved it. Now I'm reading An Scapegoat and enjoying it very much. I'm so glad you liked it, Anne. I need to read An Scapegoat. I haven't read that series yet by her, and I would really like to do that. Chrissy says, has anyone read the first book in the Ground Rules series? Last weekend was an unexpected Barnes & Noble trip and picked up a few gems. That sounds so fun. I love a little unexpected book shopping trip. But I have read the Ground Rules series, and I really like that one. I feel like it's a good like 4 stars across the board. I've read the first 3, something like that. But I really enjoyed those. I think they're a really fun storyline. And Christy said, I always loved the Ghoul School movie. I agree. I think it's so fun. That's like the daughters of famous monsters. So you have like Dracula's daughter and Frankenstein's daughter. And I just love that so much. It's so creative. Hi, Amanda. You say, hey, all. Currently reading Beyond a Reasonable Donut by Ginger Bolton. Amazing. Oh, here we go. Some of them are popping up again. I don't know what's going on, but here we go. That is amazing. I hope you enjoy that series. Which one is that? Beyond a Reasonable. I can't remember which book that is in the series. Is that 3? 5. That is 5. Oh, that's the one with the carnival. Oh, that is so fun. I really loved that one. I hope you have a great time with that. And so I was excited to find out that goat yoga is a real thing. No, really? I have a feeling I'm going to be looking up some pictures on this next sprint because I need to know what that. I need to see this as a visual. That is so great. I love that. I love that so much. Said, oh God, Scrappy is actually real annoying for me. Oh goodness, yes. I think it depends on the series. Like, I find him not annoying in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, or like the Ghoul School or the Boo Brothers. Like, I find him to be cool in those. But then some of them, I agree. I think he's a little over the top for me sometimes. Judy said the episode with the clowns is what got me afraid of clowns, and now I can't stand clowns at all. Yeah, they're definitely, I don't know, I'm not afraid of them, but they're not like for me. I just kind of find them like, I don't know, it's just not for me. But the hypnosis part is what pushed me over the edge. But I'm sorry they got you afraid of clowns. It's definitely a creepy episode. Like, those Scooby-Doo animators knew what they were doing. Hi, Maggie. Said, hi, all reading A Pinch of Peril tonight. Amazing. Pinch of Peril. Sounds really familiar, and I can't place it in my head right now. Oh, a Cafe Crimes cozy mystery series, I think. Or is that the Magical Papillion cozy mystery series? Let me know. Let me know. There seems like there's 2 cozies I'm pulling up with that name. Chris said, also been watching Only Murders in the Building. Season 5 has been off to a really good start. Ooh. I feel like that seems like a really kind of fun, like Scooby-Doo-esque series. And I'm glad it's off to a good start for you. And said, apparently the goats climb on you while you are in yoga poses. Wow. Those must be some really well-trained goats, because I feel like that could go really wrong really quickly. Also, aren't goats heavy? I mean, are they like pygmy goats or something? Like, wouldn't the goats be really heavy? Emily said, I've heard of puppy yoga. I'd probably prefer that. That'd be fun. I mean, who doesn't love puppies? Puppies are the cutest. The cutest, the sweetest little guys. As the cones wax me in the leg. Chrissy said the live action Scrappy was such a brat. Yep, he was not the best. I don't know how I feel about the live action movies. On some parts, I'm like, okay, you know, like they're, like I see some of the appeal. I think some of it's funny, but I don't know. I love the cartoons too much. Anne said puppy yoga sounds more fun to me too. Agreed. Chrissy said it's a very good cozy mystery show. Like, I'm sure more people who watch the show would get invested in that genre. Yeah, it's one that I've definitely been curious about. I don't watch a ton. I tend to binge watch the same shows over and over, so I don't watch a lot of newer stuff. But that one does look interesting to me. Princess Peach Loves to Read said, I'm reading Stamped Out by Tonya Kappas, and I'm also reading her Bean Hive mystery series too. Ooh. That sounds lovely. I love Stamped Out. I need to start her Bean Hive series, though. I haven't got to that yet. It looks so good. Kimberly says, yes, the goats are pygmy. Okay, that makes a little more sense, because I was just pitching there like, this seems like a disaster waiting to happen, or these people are much stronger than I am. He said cat yoga is a thing, too. Ooh. See, I feel like cats would be like naturally great at yoga, because they are so flexible. Plus that would be adorable. Imagine like kitten yoga. It'd be so cute. She says, highly recommend. Yeah, I could definitely gotta check that out. I just picked up a Miss Marple TV series that I'm going to watch, which I'm very excited for, because I'm not going to watch the whole season because I haven't read all of the Miss Marples on it, but I am going to watch some, and I'm excited to watch like The Murder in the Vicarage and A Murder is Announced, and some of my favorites. Princess Peaches, I think you'll love it. Can't wait for you to try her Beehive series. It has dogs in it, and it's all about coffee and tea and lots of gossip. That sounds so fun. I love it. It's definitely on my radar. That one just looks so fun. And said, I would be worried they would decide to stick their claws in me. That's a good point. Although, I mean, to be fair, the nails with dogs too, not as sharp necessarily, but definitely uncomfortable. Chris says, puppy yoga sounds adorable. It really does. Yeah, I'm going to be Googling like goat yoga and puppy yoga on this next sprint because I need some pictures now. Timmy said, also listening to Killing Me Souffle by Ellie Alexander. I love that. I'm hoping to read Catch Me If You Candy next month or soon because I'm close to catching up on that series. Close. Hello, I'm reading Murder by Cheesecake by Rachel Courage that I got for my birthday. Happy belated birthday, and I hope you enjoy it. I had a good time with that, and I need to go back now that I've watched 3 seasons of The Golden Girls and actually read the book now that I'm more familiar with the characters because it's so fun. Golden Girls was such a good time. All right, guys, I think I'm caught up on comments. Okay. Now that they appear to be working on my stream thing too, which is helpful, I'm going to go ahead and set us up for a 45-minute sprint. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to work on Murder on Devil's Pond on this first one and possibly make some dinner. I'm not sure. And I'll listen to Killer Green Tomatoes by Lynn Cahoon when I do that. So happy reading, everybody. Oh, hello. Hi, Amy. Hi, Chad. Hi, Christina. Hope you're doing well. I am going to go ahead and kick us off. If you are new to my sprints, the cat timer meows when it goes off, so don't be alarmed by a meowing cat, just so you know. And Christina has remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Thank you for all the reminders. That is a good reminder. I need to get some more water. Thank you so much, and let's go ahead and kick off our first sprint. Hi guys, how was that first sprint for you? I made a lot of progress in Murders on Devil's Pond, which I'm really enjoying. It's a really good cozy. I'm hoping more will come out in the series because I think this came out in 2023. No, 2024, but there hasn't been any news about this series and more coming out that I've seen. So I'm hoping it'll continue because I'm really enjoying it. But so far so good, and I have some echinacea tea that I'm sipping on in this mug, which felt very thematic for this evening. But how was that for you? I know we had a few people join us, including Grandma Susan. Good evening. And Jeannie said, I'm reading J.A. Whitting's Claire Rowland's series set in Boston. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I've been struggling with my mental health, and it's been the perfect series. I looked high and low for a Boston cozy series. I hope it helps, and I'm sorry you've been struggling. That's really rough, but I hope it gets better soon. And you said, I'm also reading Ellie Alexander's Laying Down the Latte. I want to stay up to date with every one of Ellie's books series. I'm an obsessed super fan. That's amazing. She is a wonderful writer. I think I have like 5 to catch up on in the Bake Shop series. There's she's got so many books coming out. But that's awesome that you can stay up to date. Hi, Steph. How are you? Princess Peach says, I read about 6 chapters. Wonderful progress. And you said, I'm watching you on both my phone to reply and on my TV, and I forgot to lower my volume on my phone, so I heard 2 cat alarms going off. It made me jump. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry it made you jump. It can be a little startling, but I think the cat is so cute. I always love it. Emily's on page 212, so you read almost 40 pages. Amazing. That is awesome. Miss Random Creation said, I got a good bit read. Bug Boys feels very cute and cozy, so it's fun to read. That's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you got some progress. Hello, how are you doing? Shannon read 24 pages of Where the Crawdads Sing. Amazing. Are you enjoying it? Tiffany said, good. Loving a zappy little Christmas. So I'm so happy to hear that. I have the arc too. I'm really excited to read it. And you said, looking forward to hanging out with you and all the Scooby Doo participants on Thursday for the wrap-up. Yes. I don't know if it's been announced anywhere, but we are doing a wrap-up on Thursday, I think, on Tiffany's channel, right? And the Scooby Doo participants and like YouTubers are going to hop on, and it's going to be just a little fun wrap-up. So you can join us on Thursday on Tiffany's channel, I believe. And said I have about 80 pages left and an Scapegoat. It's a really good cozy. Jana Rollins is Paula Charles writing under a different name. I've heard that. Yes, I need to read. I really love her Hometown, I think it's Hometown Hardware Store series. So I need to get to her Jana Rollins series that she writes because I love Paula Charles. So I'm excited to read her other works. Oh, I am sorry, guys. With Bo's neutering recently, he's been having a few times where he's like gotten up in the middle of the night, so I haven't been sleeping quite as well as I normally do, so I'm a little tired, but that's okay. And then he got his little pills on this last one, and he is quite sedate right now. But cozy, so at least that's good. I said I only read it for work today. I'm a proofreader for web novels. Oh, that's really awesome. He said, but hey, reading is reading, right? It is. I think it all counts. Shannon is enjoying your book so far. Wonderful. And Chrissy read 3 pages, kind of multitasked. That is awesome. All progress is good progress, I think. And Tiffany says, and to celebrate Sonia's birthday, it's on your channel at 6 p.m. Eastern. So excited. It's going to be really, really fun. Chrissy says, hi, Tiffany. Tiffany says, yes, and love Paula Charles. She is so great. She is such a good writer. And Tiffany says, hello, Chrissy. Chrissy says, oh, he's adorable. Hope he feels better soon. I'm sure he will. It's definitely getting better each day. But I'm just, yeah. he's a little doped up right now. Said, oh, sweet baby Boaz. I know. I love him. He's just recovering from his neutering. I listened to 1 chapter in Bury the Hatchet and got a chapter read, and you can't handle the truth. I love that title. You can't handle the truth. It is so fun. That is so fun. I hope both of your books are going well. I definitely want to continue. Is Bury the Hatchet the next one after book 1? In the Cranberry Cove mystery series? Yes, that's book 2. Oh, I gotta get to that. It looks so fun. There's too many cozy series I'm like in the middle of. I know some people keep like a list. Let me know if you guys do this. Do you have like a list of series that you're in the middle of, or how do you track it in any way? Because if I did that, I'm too terrified to. I am too terrified to. Like, part of me, my organizational brain really wants to make a tracker, and the other part of me is like, I can't do it. It would stress me out to see how behind I am on so many things. But let me know if you guys track series. Let me know how you do it. Princess Peach said, I'm still waiting for the last book that came out in the Cozy Capers Book Club Mysteries by Maddie Day. I'm just to the point I'm going to have to buy them. She is my favorite cozy author. That's amazing. I need to read some more by her. I don't think I've read much. Maddie Day and that Cozy Capers Book Club series is definitely on my radar. It looks so fun. But I'm so glad you found a favorite. Tiffany said, reading is reading. Absolutely. Anne says, why is your pup wearing a cone? Did he have surgery? He was fixed. He got neutered on Thursday, so he is on day 5. It's a day before Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, so we're on like into the 5th day. So it was a planned procedure, nothing, no emergency, nothing like that. But he is on some like painkillers and a sedative, and he's a little loopy, and he's supposed to be wearing the cone just to make sure he doesn't go after the stitches and stuff. So nothing too bad. He just looks extra dorky with the cone. Tiffany says, hiya at Anne. And Chrissy said, when we had to get my bro's pup fixed, she wasn't a happy camper. Yeah. She was a bit mad at me because I had gone with him to drop her off. She's 5 now and thriving, but she's still a puppy to me. I think they're always puppies. He's 4 and he's a puppy to me. That's amazing. Yeah, I think it was a little hard. He had a little follow-up visit today, and when he saw the vet, he was not happy because I think his mind was like, not again. I was like, no, it's just a little checkup. You're fine. Tiffany said, I forgot to say happy National Cozy Mystery Day. That's right. That is so amazing. Emily said, you should make a video of all the cozy series you've started or in the middle of to keep yourself accountable. Oh, no. I feel like that video would be over an hour. But it's like, I don't want to forget about series. I have on Goodreads, the only way I like sort of track things I'm reading is that I will have some reading goals for the year for series I want to start or finish or like continue reading. And then I have on Goodreads, one of the categories that I sort books into on my want to read list is the next in the series. So every time I read a cozy mystery that I really like, if I want to read the next one in the series and there is already a next one out, I will go to it and add it to my want to read list, and I'll also mark it as next in series. I haven't looked at that in a while. Oh gosh, it could be real bad. Kimberly said, I read Barry's Secrets this week on your recommendation. Loved it. Yay, I'm so glad. I just read that last month with my Patreon, and I think everyone who came to the book club loved it. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. So I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I definitely want to get to book 2. And we said, I used to try and keep track, but it became too overwhelming. Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't think I can do it. It sounds so stressful. Jennifer said, I used to keep track on a spreadsheet, but it became overwhelming. Yeah, that's my fear. I said, I probably should make a tracker for series, but I'm with you. It sounds terrifying. I don't want reading to feel like I'm failing if I have like a bunch of series, And I feel like if the list is over a certain number, I'm going to be stressed out and overwhelmed and feeling like I'm failing. And I don't want to put that, I want to just read as it is. I would like a way to sometimes I forget about a series and then I come back to it and I'm like, why did it take me so long to get to this? Like, I just read what is it called? Death by a Thousand Sips by Gretchen Rue, which is book 2 in the Witch's Brew mystery series. And it took me almost 2 years to get to book 2. Because I think I read book 1 like 2 falls ago. And I just listened to book 2 and I was like, this was so good. Why did it take me so long to get to it? And it's because I kind of forgot about it. And that's the only thing I want a tracker for, but I don't want to put the pressure on either. And said, I feel the same way, Amy. I've started so many series and I've not completed them. I'm afraid to know how many. Same. The only thing I've done in my reading journal is I've made a list of series that I've finished, like series that I finished reading that I know are complete. And that's been motivating. I think I've completed at least 7 this year, and many of those were short series that maybe had 3 or 4 books that I started this year. So I was like, okay, that feels good to have someone that kind of motivates me to finish series a little bit, but I don't want to have a complete tracker. I don't know. I don't think I could take it. Princess Peach says, I know I need to track series because I'm in too many cozy series right now. My head is spinning, especially the ones I can't read all at once because they're 20 books long. Right, and that's what gets me is like the Tea Shop Mystery Series and the Bake Shop Mystery Series and the Laura Levine, like Jane Austen Mystery Series. There's so many series I'm in that have like 15 plus books, and like the Tea Shop Mystery, I just finished book 10, which I think is pretty good. Like that's that's a lot of books, right? 10. I think I started it last fall, so I've read 10, I think, in a year, just about, like somewhere around there. But there's like 30 books in the series. So like I feel so behind. I get that. My head is spinning too. Tiffany says, hey, Jennifer. And Jennifer says, hi, Tiffany. Anne says, hi, Tiffany. Can't wait to see you in person at the Ashland Mystery Fest. Will you be there, Amy? Yes, I am. I'm so excited. I would love to say hi. I'm so excited. It's going to be delightful. I had so much fun last year, and I cannot wait to come again. Christy said, I have endless lists on my tablet for how many books I read, the recommendations you and Tiffany post. Oh, thank you. And I try to organize what I want to read for the next month. Next month is Halloween themed. I love it. I love that so much. It's just, I love Halloween. I'm so excited. I love fall, but like the spookier Halloween fall vibes are my favorite. He said, Tiffany, amen. Yeah, absolutely. Princess Peach said, my puppy is almost 9 and she will always be a puppy. I've had her since she was 5 weeks old. Oh, so sweet. I love that. So sweet. And they said, the only way I track my books is putting them on Pinterest. I have boards for each year starting from like 2019. Oh, I like that. I like how that's so visual. That's a really good idea. Tiffany said, Anne, yes, can't wait to see you, Amy Marie, Spencer, Courtney, and Lori is going this year. So excited. Amazing. I am so excited. Oh, it's going to be so good. And he said, Chrissy, cats and dogs are just forever babies for me. They are. They are cute. They are squishy. I don't care if they have white around the muzzle or not. They are absolutely little precious fluffy baby puppies. I will call them a puppy until like every day of their life. That's it. Tiffany said, Amy, I saw that you're doing the panel with us this year. Yay. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I'm so excited. I'm glad you're going to be on there. So like, I'm hoping I can sit next to you. Kimberly said, I keep a physical notebook of series to try when I'm looking for a new one. Once I find one I like, I tend to binge read and then I add to my tracker if I want to watch for the next book. See, that's a good, I like that. I wish I was more of a binge reader. I actually binge read some series in the spring and like for the Murder and Mayhem readathon in May, just because I would get in a roll with audio and I would just start flying. And they were like short, they were shorter series, like usually like 3 books, maybe 4. And that was actually really nice. I really enjoyed just like reading a couple in a row like that. But I tend to get distracted because there's so many fun, shiny series out there that I love. And then I do like my TBRs and my book club and like my vlogs where I play the bingo game. So it's just like, I get distracted, but I like that. I like that idea. That's a good one. Judy said, I'm currently catching up on a Bookmobile cat mystery series right now. Oh, absolutely. I love that. I love that so much. Again, that's a series where I read the first book this year. Absolutely loved it. I need to read more. It's such a cozy series. I love Eddie the cat. And I think I read the author based Eddie the cat on one of her actual cats, which just makes me extra happy. And they said it's not failing. It's just there's too many good books. You want to sample them all, right? Exactly. I like it, Emily. It's a good spin. And said, hello, I just joined because I was sprinting on my channel for Agatha Christie's birthday. That's right. I was seeing that on Instagram today when I was looking at some booktubers posts. It's so amazing. I absolutely love that. In fact, I am working on, the timing was not purposeful, but I am working on the murder of Roger Ackroyd. So very excited for this because I've heard this is one of the like all-time best Agatha Christie's. I mean, I think Agatha Christie's writing in general, I've never had a miss with her yet, but I've heard this is like one of the most like stunning reveals ever, so I'm very excited. Anne said it's so hard because so many new series come out that look really good, and then I start them, making the number of series overwhelming. I agree. Yeah, that's my problem, and I get so excited, and then like you have an author and you're working your way through one series, and then they launch a second series or another series, and you're just like, ooh, and you want to support the author and you want to check it out because it looks good, and it's just, I'm just, it's fine. I will never reach the bottom of my TBR, but that's okay. Tiffany says, yes, and Emily, so many series. And at Chrissy, oh, thanks, so glad. My job here is stunning. Yes. And Chrissy said, Emily, Pinterest is the best. Tip says, you're going to be amazing. Thank you. I'm very excited. I'll be good. I'll just take a few deep breaths. Ellie says, Pinterest is my kryptonite. I love the idea. Yeah, I like that because I am a very visual person, and I've been doing the reading spreads in my reading journals where I print out the book covers for my seasonal TBRs or like readathon TBRs, and that's been super helpful. I've really found that so helpful. So I do like the visual element. Chrissy said, you're welcome, Tiffany. Happy to support. I love it. Tiffany says, anyone tried the brand new Lynn Cahoon series? No, I know I have it. I have it on my Audible wish list. I want to use one of my credits and get it because it looks so good. I love it so much. Christy says, where is this event? Maybe next year I'll go. It's in Ashland, Oregon, and I think it starts October 16th. I want to say October 16th. But it's called like the Cozy Mystery, Ashland Cozy Mystery Fest. Ashland Mystery Festival. Yeah. And it's really good. I think this is year 3. I went for the first time last year, and I had such a good time. There's all these different events with cozy mystery authors and panels, and there's other like kind of mystery inspired events. Like you can attend like murder mystery dinners, or I'm really excited for this one. They have a tea room. I think it's called Lovejoy's Tea Room, and they'll have 2 of the cozy mystery authors there, and they have like a full tea that you get to enjoy while the authors chat about different things, which I'm very excited for because what's more like the idea of going to a tea is just so fun to me. I love that. But it's in Ashland, Oregon, and it's next month on the 16th, I think is the kickoff date. Tiffany says, hey at M. And M says, the murder of Roger Ackroyd was my first Christie. I love that. I think A Body in the Library. I think it's the second book in the Miss Marple series. That was my first Agatha Christie. And then I read a couple more Miss Marples. And then I've recently been reading, and then I read And Then There Were None, which I adored. So good. And then I've been working on some Hercule Poirot recently. I've read Death on the Nile, Murder on the Orient Express, some short stories, and this will be my 3rd full-length Hercule Poirot novel. And I'm very, very excited. So, yeah, I'm so excited. I've just heard nothing but amazing things about this book. And like I said, I haven't read a Lynn Cahoon series yet, but I have the first few in the Kitchen Witch series, which she's responding to Tiffany's comment for. And the cover for 7 Secret Spellcasters is so cute. It is. I love it. I love it so much. Tiffany says that Emily, I love her covers, and our Tourist Trap series is really fun. It is. Actually, I'm listening to an audio her Farm to Fork mystery series. I'm on book 2. It's called Killer Green Tomatoes, and it's like a small town with this person running a restaurant that's like farm to table. And it's really cute. I really like it. The shorter books. I think I've read the first book in the Tourist Trap series, but I don't know if I loved it as much, but I kind of want to go back and try book 2. And then I did like the Kitchen Witch series, but it's very heavy on the supernatural, so it's not one I like reach for all the time because it's not my favorite. Like super heavy supernatural, but I do like, for a supernatural cozy, I do like it. It is fun. M says, at Tiffany, I hope you're having a great reading evening. Yes. Princess Peach says, as far as I can remember, I'm in the middle of waiting for the next book in 10 series. That's awesome. I love it. Tiffany said, Ashland is the town where Ellie Alexander's bake shop takes place. Oh, that's a good I should have mentioned that. That's a good point. And yeah, so it's an extra fun element. Like you can go to a bake shop that inspired Tort, which is the bake shop in the Bake Shop Mystery Series, which is so fun. I said, oh, the tea is so fun. Right. I loved it so much. I did one last year and it was one of my favorite events that I did. And so I was like, it's the first thing I signed up for. And so I read the first book in the Kitchen Witch series and it was a lot of fun. It is. It's very just whimsical. It's fun. I like the food element. Jennifer said, I love the Tourist Trap series and want to get to others. Yeah, I need to go back and revisit that series because it's been a while and I'm interested in that one. I'm loving a Farm to Table series that I'm listening to, and I really want to read her new one. I always forget. It's like a murder. Oh boy. There's too many. A murder's guide? What is it called? An Amateur Sleuth's Guide to Murder. That's her new one. And that one I definitely want to check out because it looks so fun. All right, guys, I'm going to set us up on another sprint because I think I just got to the end of the comments. And if we don't do another sprint now, we're not going to get to it. So I want to make sure we get some reading in. I think I'm going to make myself a little dinner on this next one. So I think I'll switch to my audiobook for it. So let's go ahead and do another sprint. I'm going to do 45 minutes again, if that sounds good to you guys. Here's our little cat timer. If you jumped in on this last sprint, be warned, the cat meows when the timer goes off. So just a heads up. It's kind of loud. All right, guys, happy reading, and we will catch up in a little bit. Hi guys, how was that sprint for you? I got a good chunk of my book read, I think like another 30 or so pages. And then I made myself a little dinner, so I had like a toast, like arugula and like fried eggs on top of it with some sauce and feta, and it was really good. Really been into my loaded toast recently with like different eggs or things like that. But it's been good. This little guy is still chilling, but this one's been really good. I know we had a few people hop off because it was time for them to get some sleep for work, but thank you guys for coming. Thank you for coming, Emily. Shannon read 3 chapters. Amazing. Anne said my dog heard the cat meow and was looking all around for it. Oh goodness, that hasn't happened yet with Boaz, but I do wear headphones, so maybe he can't quite hear it. But yeah, I could picture that happening very easily. Princess Peach said, finished the first book in the Mail Carrier series by Tony Kappas, and I started the second one. I'm about 9% into it. I really like it. Amazing. That's my favorite by Tony Kappas so far. I've really enjoyed that. I'm glad you are liking it. I love Bernadette. And yeah, I love the audio of it with the Southern accent. It's something so soothing to me about that accent. Jennifer said, another 2 chapters read and you can't handle the truth. Amazing. You're starting to fly through that book. This. She said, I got a good chunk of my book too. Might continue reading after I prepare my lunch for work tomorrow. Amazing. I love prepping food when I can. I think it helps so much. Takes so much stress out, and then I always end up eating much better food. I'm getting tired. Woo. Anne said, I did not get much reading done that sprint. I walked the dog and started preparing dinner. That sounds lovely. Very productive. I'm sure your dog appreciated that. Em said, I listened to an audiobook, A Murderous Yarn by Monica Ferris. Ooh, that sounds lovely. I hope you really enjoy that. Is that part of her needlework? What is that? It's like needleworks, mystery books. Needlecraft. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that. I've read a few from that series and thought they were good. So said, got 2 chapters read. The mystery in this one is super interesting so far. Wonderful. Love to hear it. Christy says Sniffing Out Murder is getting good. Amazing. I really want to get to Hounding a Killer because I love Sniffing Out Murder. I need to get to book 2. So I think I might just bite the bullet and use a credit on Audible and get it because my library doesn't appear. They have book 1, but it doesn't seem like they're getting book 2, which is a bummer. A big bummer. It's absolutely gotta love a good cozy mystery series. I feel like a lot of times my library will get the first book in the series and then never continue it, and I'm thinking maybe that's due to the budget and also just maybe there wasn't a lot of checkouts for it. I don't know. Princess Peach said, I'm really liking it. It definitely took a little bit to get into the first book, but now I'm hooked. Amazing. I love it. So glad. Brittany Nicole says, I got 9 chapters into my read, really enjoying Jen McKinley's writing. It's the first book I've read by her. That's awesome. She was one of my first earlier cozy mystery authors, and I really enjoy her books. So I'm glad you're enjoying her. Mr. Bo. He's digging himself a little spot in the blankets right now, he burrows. So if you see him digging, he's digging the blankets into his perfect arrangement. Kimberly said, I read about 50 pages in A Brush with Murder by Bailey Abbott and then read my local newspaper. Lots of reading. Amazing. I want to read that one. A Brush with Murder looked really cute. I remember the cover being super cute. Mr. Bo. Try to find a spot, buddy. Okay. Em said, I used my last Audible credit. I have to wait for the end of the month now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think my new credits hit on the 12th. I guess I subscribed in the middle of the month or something. But yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, that is rough. Chrissy said, Em, I subscribed to your channel. And Em said, oh, thank you, Chrissy. And cozy pup. Yes. Okay, he just settled. He'll do that. He just periodically digs and then burrows. And he has a nice dog bed. But does he use the dog bed? Very rarely. He's more interested in the big, thick blankets. Krista said you're welcome. Awesome. Well, I am kind of crashing, guys. I think I'm going to hop off because I'm just crashing. Like I said, it's been so much fun sprinting, and Mr. Bo, with his recovery over the last few days, our sleep's been a little messed up recently because he's been up for part of the night and stuff, and we're trying to comfort him and all that. So I am a little sleep deprived at the moment. So I think I'm going to try to call it a little early and get some extra sleep tonight, hopefully. And I'm sure it'll get better. He's still digging. Mr. Bo. Mr. Boaz, do you want to say goodnight? You say goodnight. Say, I'm a sleepy pupper. Yeah. I'm a sleepy Coney Island dog. Yep. Thank you, Princess Peach. I hope everyone has a good rest of their night. Jennifer says, thanks for the sprints. Good night, everyone. Good night. And I will try to post about this, but Tiffany, Beach Bum Bookworm, we're having a Scooby Doo Readathon wrap-up on her channel, 6 p.m. Eastern, Thursday. Just a heads up for that. I will share a link when I have one. Em says, good night. Thanks for sprints. Of course. Jennifer says, night, Bo. Good night, Mr. Boaz. He's like, okay. Brittany says, bye, everyone. Thank you for the sprints. Of course. I'm hoping to do more soon. Just crashing hard with some of the sleep deprivation recently. Shannon said, this was fun. Amy, thank you for hosting. Have a good night. Thank you, Shannon. I hope you have a great night, too. Have a good night, Amy and Boaz. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good start to your day, because I know it is still very early where you're at. Thank you guys so much, and I will let you know when I have some more sprints coming and share a link to the Scooby Doo wrap-up when I get that from Tiffany. Thanks, guys.